Today is episode number 46 of the Knife Grab Bag series. Coming right up. Hello everybody, and thanks for coming back for another video. This is Dave and I'm glad you're with me. Joining me out here in the shop today for episode 46 of the Knife Grab Bag series. So last week I emptied the bag of knives and I don't have any more in the bag, but we've got that covered, I believe. I'll show you these knives I got done. A lot of them really didn't need too much work. There was a couple I spent some time on though. So here's the first knife right here. And this is it, and it's a little Victorinox. It really doesn't look much different. There was a little issue with one of the blades not closing right, and I believe it was because it was bent, and so I straightened it. But this blade has really been abused. You can see it's all chewed up right there with a grinder or something they used on it. But it's an old Victorinox pen knife. And it's looking a little bit better anyway. Next up, this knife right here. And this one's just stamped rust free, which is rust free in German. And here's how it turned out. Little lock back. All I didn't spend a lot of time on this. I just kind of softened the corners up, those sharp corners they put on these knives like this. And I just kind of softened them up a little bit so it's got a little bit more comfortable feel, and I think it looks a little bit better. So not too much on that one. So not too much with that knife, but there it is. Next up is this one, and this is our Queen Elizabeth II Souvenir knife, and this is how it turned out. I don't think the knife was ever used. It looks pretty much brand new. It had a little bit of corrosion, and I rounded over these corners right here just so it doesn't feel like it's cutting into your hand when you're holding it. And so there's our little Queen Elizabeth II Souvenir knife. Next up we have this one here, and this is our gentleman's cigar cutter. This is an Anton Vinken from Solingen, Germany. This one was probably made in the 50s or 60s, and it's now a gentleman electrician's knife. It had a big chip in there, and so I turned it into a wire stripper. And also this one too, it was very difficult to get to that nail nick there, the nail file, to open it, so I ground a little easy open into it, so it makes it a whole lot easier to get open by adding that. And then the cigar cutter, you just push this button, blade pops open, and I believe this might be a cap lifter right here. You could also use that for a cap lifter, I believe. That's kind of what it looks like. So it basically has 4 functions: cigar cutter, cap lifter, a blade, well 5 functions now because it's a wire stripper too, and then a nail file. So there's our vintage Anton Vinken knife. And then next up we have this little knife right here. And here's how it turned out. I did a very minimalist cleanup job on this. I didn't want to go to town. I wanted to leave a little bit of the patina here and there on it. This is an Imperial with the 56 to 88 tang stamp. But in addition to that, and these are the original covers, I didn't recover this one. I just shined it up a little bit and cleaned all the rust out down inside. This one has, on the pen blade right here, it has 3 patent numbers. And I looked up those patent numbers, and I mentioned before how you can date them. And so I'm going to put those pictures in right here. Yeah, and those 2 pages cover from 1836 to 1995. So if you have a knife with a patent number on it, you know that you look up that number and you know that that knife wasn't made before that patent number. This one right here, it has 3 patent numbers, and the largest number, which is 268, puts this at 1955. Well, it has the 56 to 88 tang stamp, so I'd say this is probably a 1956 knife, judging by that. So there's that one. And then next up we have this one right here, and here's how this one turned out. That's what it looks like now. I went with a white textured vinyl. Not sure if that'll show up on camera. Yeah, right there you might be able to see it. And the badge was really pitted bad, so I put a couple of coats of red enamel on it. Just figured that would look better than all the pits that were in it. This bolster is in terrible shape. When I got this knife apart, here was the original handle scales, and you can see the backside. That's basically what the knife looked like underneath. But yeah, when I took it apart, I realized just how bad these were, these handle scales. This side here was smashed pretty flat right up here on this end. I managed to pound some of it out and get a little bit of a belly back into it. And same on this side, it was pretty mangled up. So I spent a lot of time trying to do some sheet metal work, I call it. Now the blades, other than having a little bit of pitting in them, they're not in too bad a shape. This is another Imperial with the 56 to 88. And it has really nice action now. And there's the pen blade. Really nice action. This blade at one time was broken off. Somebody had ground it after they broke the tip off. And so I spent a little time and fixed that up a little bit better and put a single swedge on it, on that blade. Really nice half stops on it. There's that knife. It's a good user again. And the last knife is this one here, and this one definitely took the most amount of work. This is our old short line Camillus, and here's how it turned out. It looks a lot better. Definitely better than these right here. This one handle scale it had that was missing a piece of bone. But spent quite a bit of time trying to get this in kind of an amber color. I ended up using 3 different types of stain and dyes on it to get that color, and kind of went for trying to do kind of a peach seed jigging on it. Yeah, the knife is definitely looking a lot better. Unfortunately, 2 of the blades don't have any action. The tangs were just completely wore out on them. When I took it apart, I saved this little piece here to show you. That's how much of the tang wore off. That was on the side of the tang. That's how much metal it's lost. And you can also tell when your tangs are wore, you can see how it recessed thin the springs are. Just on that end. This end here on the pen blade has some good spring to it and good action because the tang isn't worn on that blade. But these 2 blades, the coping blade and the main clip point blade, the tangs they've been opened and closed a lot over the years. It does function, and the springs do hold it closed. You know, it's not going to flop out or anything like that. But it just doesn't have any really good snap to it, you know. But spent a lot of time on that one. Yeah, I took a picture of the mortising that I did for the shield, and here's that. And yeah, I was pretty proud of that mortising job that I did on this one. Thought it came out pretty nice. I mean, you can see the factory mortise there for it. It's very shallow. These are very thin scales on this knife. So there's our Camillus. So let me know what you think. Do you have a favorite? All right, this is the part where I grab my bag, but my bag is empty. But I just got back from the post office, and I have a box here I'm going to open up. And I have no idea what's in it. So you and I are going to find out at the same time. Oh, very well packaged. Oh, I'm excited to see what we have here. Here's a loose one there. All right, put the box off to the side. There's a note. I will read that later. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Man. That is a nice knife. I love it. Stacked leather washer handle. High carbon steel blade. Aluminum garden pommel. Man, that's going to clean up nice. Oh, looky here. Nice. This is a Japanese fish knife. Carbon steel. It's just missing a bolster right here. A little chunk missing out of it here. But yeah, we can definitely fix that one up. Nice. Nice. I love it. Let's see what else we have in this box. Wow, look at this hawkbill knife here. Isn't that interesting? That is a really cool old knife right there. I don't see any maker's mark on it anywhere. It has a number engraved into the handle, but that is a really cool knife there. And then look at this one. Look at this fish knife. It's a Japanese fish knife. So cool. That is so cool. Yeah, we'll fix that one up. Well, we got some pocket knives here. Yeah, this is a little Imperial right here. Nice. Blades are in good shape. This side here's a little bit mushed up, but yeah, we can pound that out and fix that up, and that'll be a good looking knife. Man, there's so many in here. I got to start moving a little faster. Here's this one. It has a broken blade. It's a Camillus long line. Little mini Stockman. But yeah, we can fix that one up for sure. Nice. Here's another fixed blade, a small fixed blade. That is so cool. Looks like a real stag handle on it. Kind of a bird and trout size knife, you know. This is a Schmidt and Ziegler, possibly. I would guess it's a German made. Yeah, made in Germany. 5420 model. Yeah, that's nice. Love it. Here's one of those little boot daggers right here. Quite a few fixed blades. Oh, there's a lot of pocket knives still in this box. Here's a little small one here. Jumped off the spring. It's a Niagara Falls, old Niagara Falls keychain knife. And we've got one of these little guys here. Little colonial. I've done a couple of these before where I've put wood inserts in them and different stuff for inserts in them. So that'll be a fun one to work on. Here's a lockback, pretty good size. A little bigger than that one I just worked on, but it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, the blade hasn't been abused or anything like that on this one. Nice action in it. Then we have an electrician's knife. It's a Klein. I can date it. It has CC on it, and you can figure out the date of these by those letters. But yeah, this one's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's not broken or anything. There's a little chip in the handle scale there, but yeah, that'll definitely be a good one to fix up. Oh, and here's another one of these. This is an old Winchester trademark with celluloid scales. That is cool. That's a cool knife. Man. And here's another one. Is it the same brand? I can't read it. It's a little bit wore on this one. The blade's pretty short on it, but man, the handle's in really good shape. Look at that. Nickel bolsters. Has some nice weight to it. All right, and then we have this one here. I might have some blades that'll fit this. Yeah, the blades are pretty ground down, but I may have some blades that'll work in this one here. All right. And then here's another, oh, this one. This one has really neat coloring in the handles. I haven't seen that before. Yeah, this is one of those just stamped USA. It's not in bad shape at all. Yeah, that one will clean up really nice. And then there's another one here. Let's see what this one is. Whoa, look at that. So there's no markings on this anywhere. And it has like a vinyl case. I think it's vinyl. It might be leather. I think it is. It's like a leather sheath with metal around the edges of it. I wonder if this is like a throwing thing or something. But the tips broke off, but we can fix that. It's carbon steel. It's not stainless. It has some pitting in it and stuff. But yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to do some research on that and see if we can't find out more information about that one. So all these knives that I just showed you were sent to me by a longtime viewer. And he's my 78-year-old carnivore buddy from the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And I thank you so much. I'll be contacting you soon. I appreciate it. So rather than putting these in a bag and reaching in, I'm just going to grab a selection. I think I'll pick 6 of them to work on for next week. And so come back and join me then. Join me on Friday where I've got a pretty nice video I'm putting together if you're interested in decorating your knives with beads and lanyards. I have a brand new style of beads that I've made, and I've been working on those, so I'll be putting that together in a video for Friday. That'll come out at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me then. I really appreciate y'all watching. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. This is Dave. Hope everybody's having a great day, and you have a great week. See you in the next one.